Toyota spent a decade telling Europe that hybrids were the answer. The C-HR Plus is the moment they stopped saying that. 600 kilometers of WLTP range, 224 horsepower, and a battery warranty that nobody in this segment can match. Whether Toyota arrived late or arrived prepared is what this walkaround settles. The C-HR Plus sits on a dedicated electric platform, wider, longer, and lower than anything wearing this name before. The coupe roofline drops across the rear quarter deliberately rather than apologetically. Slim matrix LED headlights connect through a full-width light bar that reads as one piece from any angle on the Salzburg Motor Show floor. At the rear, angular taillights wrap tightly into the shoulders. The stance is wider and more planted than the press images prepared me for. 224 horsepower through the front wheels, all of it available from 0 RPM. What Toyota put inside at this price is where the argument starts to shift. Inside, the 14-inch touchscreen centers a dashboard that feels closer to the segment above than to a Toyota at this price point. Materials where your hands rest most. The top of the dashboard, the door armrest, the steering wheel rim are soft and genuinely well finished. 2-zone climate, a heated steering wheel, matrix LEDs, adaptive cruise, and smart entry all come standard on this Teamplayer trim at the Salzburg Motor Show. I was not prepared for the equipment depth here. The driving position sits lower than the hybrid C-HR ever managed. You look over a compact steering wheel toward a digital instrument cluster that is slim, legible, and angled directly at you rather than shared with the passenger. The center console is wide enough for 2 wireless charging pads side by side, and the climate controls sit below the touchscreen as physical buttons rather than buried in a menu. That is a decision Toyota made deliberately, and it is the correct one. Seat comfort on the Teamplayer is good for a car at this price. Not sport seat firm, not SUV soft. Somewhere in the middle where a 2-hour motorway run would not require a stretch at the first service station. I would have expected this cabin from a car 10,000 euros further up the range. The fact that it arrives here on the mid-spec trim at this motor show is the detail that keeps shifting the argument. That surprised me more than the design did. Think about the last time you sat in the rear of a compact SUV with a sloping roof and a battery under the floor. That is what this feels like. Headroom under the coupe roofline is acceptable. Knee room works for shorter adults and for children in car seats. But the floor sits higher than you expect, and anyone over 6 feet will notice it within 10 minutes. This is a test drive decision before you sign anything. 416 liters behind the rear seats, around 14.7 cubic feet. That is smaller than the Skoda Elroq and smaller than the Kia EV3, both of which cost similar money. A double boot floor is standard on this trim, so the charging cable stores underneath without eating into the main space. The floor is flat and the opening is wide enough for a weekly shop without folding anything down. Adequate, not generous. The charging and range figures that sit behind this boot lid are the numbers that shift the ownership conversation entirely. 600 kilometers of WLTP range, around 373 miles. Real-world driving will bring that closer to 500, which is still more than most competitors in this segment promise on paper. 150 kilowatts DC takes the battery from 10 to 80% in around 30 minutes. AC home charging on this Teamplayer trim runs at 11 kilowatts rather than 22, so overnight is comfortable, but a daytime top-up is not this version's strength. The warranty figure that closes the ownership case is in the verdict. 41,890 euros at this motor show. The Skoda Elroq 77 is the natural cross-shop and offers a more engaging driving character at a similar price. Real competition. What the Elroq cannot match is Toyota's battery warranty. 10 years, 650,000 kilometers. That is the single most confident ownership statement in this segment right now. Whether you trust the brand that arrived late to batteries or the one that arrived first is a decision you make, not me. 6 months ago, I would have said Toyota's European BEV case was not ready. This car is the evidence I was premature. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.